Have you ever wondered why men think and behave the way they do? Understanding male psychology can give you a powerful advantage in relationships, work, and daily interactions. Today, we're diving into 7 fascinating psychological facts about men that will change the way you see them forever. Let's get started. Fact 1. Men are hardwired to solve problems. Men are naturally wired to be problem solvers. This tendency is deeply rooted in biology, evolution, and social conditioning. Unlike women, who often seek emotional connection and validation when discussing their issues, men's first instinct is to analyze the situation and come up with a solution. This is because, for centuries, men have been the hunters, protectors, and providers of their communities. Their survival depended on quick thinking, logical reasoning, and the ability to fix problems efficiently. The biological perspective. Neurologically, men's brains are structured in a way that prioritizes problem-solving over emotional processing. Studies show that men have a larger parietal lobe, the part of the brain responsible for spatial awareness and logical thinking. This allows them to focus on finding practical solutions rather than dwelling on emotions. Additionally, higher levels of testosterone are linked to competitiveness, risk-taking, and action-oriented behavior, further reinforcing their need to solve problems instead of just discussing them. How this affects relationships. In relationships, this trait can sometimes create misunderstandings between men and women. For example, when a woman shares her concerns, she may be looking for emotional support and empathy. However, a man's immediate response is often to offer advice or suggest solutions, which might make her feel unheard or dismissed. It's not that he doesn't care. In fact, his problem-solving approach is his way of showing love and support. He believes that fixing the issue will make his partner feel better. On the other hand, when a man faces a problem, he may withdraw into solution mode, preferring to think things through alone rather than talking about his emotions. This is why many men tend to be less expressive when dealing with stress. They are busy working through solutions in their minds. How to use this to your advantage. Understanding this trait can help improve communication with men in personal and professional settings. Instead of expecting emotional validation, you can frame your concerns in a way that appeals to their problem-solving nature. For example, saying, "I need your advice on something," or "What would you do in this situation?" makes a man feel valued and engaged. Similarly, if a man withdraws, give him space and allow him to process things on his own. Once he finds a solution, he will likely return feeling more at ease. By recognizing and respecting this natural instinct, you can build stronger, more effective connections with the men in your life. Fact 2. Men fall in love with their eyes. The saying, "men are visual creatures," holds a lot of truth. Studies have shown that men primarily process attraction and romantic interest through visual stimuli. While women tend to fall in love gradually, influenced by emotional connection, communication, and personality traits, men are wired to respond instantly to physical appearance. This doesn't mean men are shallow or only care about looks. It's simply how their brains are designed to perceive attraction. The science behind visual attraction. From a biological perspective, men's brains are more responsive to visual cues because of how their neural pathways are structured. The part of the brain associated with visual processing, the occipital lobe, is highly active in men when they see someone they find attractive. Additionally, testosterone plays a significant role in heightening men's visual sensitivity to beauty, making them more likely to notice physical features first. Evolution also plays a part in this. In ancient times, men had to quickly assess potential mates based on physical health and fertility. Clear skin, symmetrical features, and a healthy body were indicators of good genetics and reproductive potential. While modern dating has evolved beyond survival instincts, this biological wiring still influences how men perceive attraction today. Why this matters in relationships. Since men are visually driven, their initial attraction to a woman is often based on her appearance. However, this does not mean looks are the only thing that matters in long-term relationships. While visual appeal can spark interest, emotional compatibility, intelligence, and personality traits are what sustain a deep and lasting bond. Understanding this can help in both dating and existing relationships. If you want to catch a man's attention, presenting yourself with confidence and taking care of your appearance can have a significant impact. This doesn't mean you need to look a certain way. Rather, embracing your natural beauty and dressing in a way that makes you feel good can enhance attraction. How to use this to your advantage. 1. Confidence is key. Men are not just drawn to physical beauty but also to confidence. When you carry yourself with self-assurance, it automatically makes you more attractive. 2. Body language matters. A smile, eye contact, and positive body language can create a strong impression. Since men are visual, they pick up on these non-verbal cues instantly. 3. Maintain attraction in relationships. Just because a relationship is established doesn't mean attraction fades. Small efforts like dressing up occasionally or making eye contact during conversations can keep the spark alive. While men may fall in love with their eyes, it's ultimately emotional connection and compatibility that make them stay. Understanding this balance can help create stronger and more fulfilling relationships. Fact 3. Men need more alone time than women. It's often noticed that men tend to withdraw or seek solitude more frequently than women. This is not because they are uninterested or emotionally distant, but rather because they are wired differently when it comes to processing thoughts, emotions, and stress. While women often find comfort in talking about their feelings with friends or loved ones, men typically prefer to retreat into solitude to recharge and think things through. The science behind men's need for alone time. From a biological perspective, men's brains are structured differently in terms of emotional processing and stress management. Studies show that men have higher levels of testosterone, which influences their need for independence and personal space. Additionally, the male brain is more compartmentalized, meaning they often focus on one thing at a time rather than multitasking emotions and conversations. Men also experience stress differently. When overwhelmed, their instinct is to step back, analyze the situation, and look for solutions on their own. This is a direct contrast to women, who often cope by sharing their thoughts and seeking emotional support. This doesn't mean men don't value relationships or emotional connection. It simply means they recharge best when given time to be alone. Why men value solitude. 1. Emotional processing. Men tend to process emotions internally rather than expressing them outwardly. Solitude allows them to reflect on their feelings without external pressure. 2. Mental recharging. Alone time helps men clear their minds, reset, and regain focus, especially after stressful situations. 3. Independence and autonomy. Men often equate alone time with personal freedom. Having space to engage in hobbies, work on personal projects, or simply relax gives them a sense of self-fulfillment. 4. Avoiding emotional overload. Unlike women, who may process emotions by verbalizing them, men often get overwhelmed when too many emotions are involved at once. Alone time helps them regain emotional balance. How to use this to your advantage. If a man withdraws, it's important not to take it personally. It doesn't mean he's upset or losing interest. Rather, he just needs time to process things. Instead of trying to pull him into a conversation or demanding explanations, give him the space he needs. He will naturally return when he feels ready. Additionally, supporting a man's need for solitude shows emotional intelligence and maturity. It reassures him that he is respected and understood, strengthening the bond in the relationship. By recognizing and honoring this trait, you can create a healthier and more balanced dynamic with the men in your life. Fact 4. Compliments boost a man's confidence instantly. While compliments are often associated with making women feel appreciated, they are just as important for men, if not more. The truth is, men receive far fewer compliments in their daily lives than women do. Society often expects men to be strong, independent, and emotionally resilient, which can make them feel overlooked when it comes to receiving praise. A simple, well-timed compliment can instantly boost a man's confidence, making him feel valued and appreciated. Why compliments matter so much to men. 1. Men rarely receive compliments. Unlike women, who often get compliments on their appearance, style, or personality, men don't receive the same level of verbal appreciation. Many men go through life without hearing a single meaningful compliment, which makes any genuine praise even more impactful. 2. Validation and encouragement. Just like everyone else, men want to feel recognized for their efforts, whether it's in their career, personal life, or relationships. Compliments act as positive reinforcement, boosting their motivation and self-esteem. 3. Strengthening emotional bonds. Compliments create a sense of connection. When a man hears praise from someone he values, it deepens the emotional bond and makes him feel seen and appreciated. 4. Masculine identity and self-worth. Many men tie their self-worth to their achievements, skills, or physical strength. Complimenting these aspects reassures them that they are on the right path and that their hard work is noticed. How to compliment a man effectively. Not all compliments have the same impact. Here are some ways to make sure your compliments feel genuine and meaningful. Be specific. Instead of saying, "You're great," try, "I really admire how hardworking you are. Your dedication is inspiring." The more specific the compliment, the more powerful it is. Praise more than just looks. While men appreciate compliments on their appearance, they value compliments on their intelligence, skills, and character even more. Recognizing their efforts or personality traits leaves a lasting impression. Use the right timing. Compliments feel more meaningful when given in the right moment. For example, praising his problem-solving skills when he's just fixed something or complimenting his confidence before a big event can have a huge impact. Be genuine. Insincere or exaggerated compliments can feel hollow. Speak from the heart, and he'll appreciate it more. By incorporating compliments into your interactions, you can instantly uplift a man's confidence, strengthen your relationship with him, and make him feel valued in ways he may not often experience. Fact 5. Men express love through actions, not just words. When it comes to love and relationships, men often communicate their feelings differently from women. While women may express love through words, affectionate gestures, and frequent verbal reassurances, men are more likely to show their love through actions rather than just saying, "I love you." This difference in expression can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, But once you recognize how men demonstrate love, it becomes easier to appreciate their efforts. Why men show love through actions. 1. Biological and evolutionary factors. Men have been wired since ancient times to be providers and protectors. In early human history, men showed their love and commitment by ensuring safety, hunting for food, and providing for their families. This instinct remains strong today. Many men still express love by taking care of their partner's needs, solving problems, or making sacrifices. 2. Social conditioning. Society often teaches men to be less expressive about emotions. Phrases like, "real men don't cry," or "be tough," discourage them from openly discussing their feelings. As a result, men often express emotions through their actions rather than verbalizing them. 3. Men value practicality. Many men see love as something that should be shown rather than just spoken. They believe that proving their commitment through actions, such as helping out, fixing things, or making thoughtful gestures, carries more weight than simply saying, "I love you" frequently. Common ways men express love. 1. Providing and protecting. Men often express love by ensuring their loved ones are safe and taken care of. Whether it's fixing something at home, offering financial support, or standing up for their partner, these actions reflect their commitment. 2. Acts of service. Doing small yet meaningful things, like helping with daily tasks, offering support during tough times, or remembering small details, are ways men show affection without using words. 3. Spending quality time. If a man prioritizes time with you, it's a strong sign of love. Whether it's watching a movie together, going on a trip, or simply being present, he is showing that he values your company. 4. Physical touch. Many men use physical affection, such as hugs, holding hands, or playful touches, to express love. Even subtle gestures like resting a hand on your shoulder or a protective hug can be a sign of deep care. How to use this to your advantage. Understanding that men express love through actions can help prevent misunderstandings. Instead of expecting frequent verbal affirmations, pay attention to his gestures, efforts, and the little things he does. Recognizing these actions as expressions of love can strengthen your relationship and deepen your emotional connection. Fact 6. A man's ego is fragile, even if he doesn't show it. Men often appear confident, strong, and emotionally resilient, but beneath this exterior, their ego can be surprisingly fragile. While society encourages men to be tough and self-assured, they are just as sensitive to criticism, rejection, and failure as anyone else. Sometimes even more so. The difference is that most men don't openly express these vulnerabilities, choosing instead to mask their insecurities with silence or defensive behavior. Why is a man's ego so fragile? 1. Societal expectations. From an early age, boys are often taught to be strong, independent, and unshakable. They are conditioned to avoid showing weakness, which means they internalize their struggles instead of discussing them openly. 2. Validation through achievement. Many men tie their self-worth to their accomplishments, whether in their career, relationships, or personal goals. When they feel like they are not succeeding or meeting expectations, their confidence takes a hit. 3. Fear of failure and rejection. Unlike women, who may seek emotional support during tough times, men often fear being judged or appearing weak if they express their insecurities. A single rejection or harsh criticism can leave a lasting impact on their confidence. 4. Need for respect and appreciation. Men deeply value respect, especially from those closest to them. If they feel disrespected, whether in their professional life, friendships, or romantic relationships, it can bruise their ego significantly. How a man's fragile ego affects his behavior. Because men are less likely to verbalize their feelings, they often respond to emotional wounds in indirect ways, such as withdrawal or silence. If a man feels criticized or unappreciated, he may distance himself instead of discussing the issue. Defensive behavior. Some men react with frustration or anger when their ego is hurt, not because they want to argue, but because they feel vulnerable. Increased effort to prove themselves. When faced with criticism, many men try to compensate by working harder or proving their worth in other ways. How to use this to your advantage. 1. Offer encouragement, not criticism. Instead of pointing out flaws, try to highlight his strengths and efforts. A simple compliment or acknowledgement of his hard work can boost his confidence. 2. Show respect in conversations. Even in disagreements, maintaining respect is crucial. Avoid belittling remarks, as they can deeply impact his self-esteem. 3. Recognize his efforts. Men want to feel appreciated, whether it's for their work, problem-solving abilities, or acts of kindness. Expressing gratitude for the things he does can go a long way. Understanding that men's egos are more fragile than they seem can help build stronger, more supportive relationships. By offering respect, appreciation, and encouragement, you can positively influence his confidence and emotional well-being. Fact 7. Men crave respect more than love. While love is essential in any relationship, for many men, respect is even more important. Unlike women, who often prioritize emotional connection and verbal expressions of love, men feel valued and fulfilled when they are respected, both in their personal relationships and society. Respect reinforces a man's sense of self-worth, confidence, and ability to lead or contribute meaningfully to his relationships. Why do men value respect so much? 1. Biological and evolutionary reasons. Throughout history, men have been seen as providers and protectors. In ancient times, a man's ability to lead, hunt, and defend his family determined his value in society. Even today, men subconsciously tie their self-worth to their ability to provide, solve problems, and be recognized for their contributions. 2. Social conditioning. From childhood, boys are often taught to be strong, independent, and capable. Society encourages men to achieve and prove themselves, reinforcing the idea that their worth is tied to what they do rather than how they feel. Because of this, respect feels like validation of their efforts. 3. Emotional impact. While women may feel loved through affection, compliments, and emotional closeness, men often interpret love through respect. When a man feels respected, whether for his decisions, abilities, or leadership, he naturally feels more loved and appreciated. How men interpret respect in relationships. 1. Appreciation for their efforts. Men want to feel that their hard work and sacrifices are acknowledged. Whether it's their career, problem-solving skills, or even small daily tasks, hearing, "I appreciate what you do," can mean more than "I love you." 2. Support for their decisions. Men appreciate when their opinions and choices are valued. Constantly questioning or challenging their decisions, especially in a dismissive way, can make them feel disrespected. 3. Avoiding public criticism. Men are sensitive to how they are perceived by others. Criticizing them in front of family, friends, or colleagues can be particularly damaging to their self-esteem. 4. Trust in their capabilities. Men feel empowered when their abilities are trusted. Offering unsolicited advice or stepping in too often to fix things can make them feel incapable. How to use this to your advantage. Acknowledge his efforts. Let him know you see and appreciate what he does, whether big or small. Speak to him with respect. Even during disagreements, avoid belittling language. Instead of saying, "You never do anything right," say, "I appreciate your effort, but maybe we can try a different approach." Encourage him, don't criticize harshly. Men are more likely to respond positively to encouragement rather than constant correction. By understanding that men crave respect just as much, if not more, than love, you can build a stronger relationship based on appreciation, trust, and emotional security. Now that you know these psychological secrets about men, use them wisely. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on more amazing insights. See you in the next one.